Welcome back to the His and Hers Podcast, episode 60. No lie, this is like our fourth attempt on trying to record this freaking episode.
It's more like the 15th.
It's just been, it's just one thing after another.
But it's okay. Your Monday is going to be way better than what today is for us. So happy Monday and welcome back to the His and Hers Podcast, episode 60, y'all.
Yep.
Okay, can we get a little round of applause? That's
yeah.
Great.
Yeah, sure.
It's been a ride. And every single one of y'all that decided to stay on for round 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, no shit, man.
But welcome back. Happy Monday.
We had a hell of a week last week. Just things, just you know how it goes. Life's hard, man. You know, and then but so I did put out what people I asked on the Instagram account what people wanted to hear us talk about.
Yeah.
And I'll give you one guess.
Oh God.
As to what they want us to talk about.
Does it have anything to do with a little submersible?
A little submersible, indeed.
It's the first time that I ever learned what a submersible was.
I was like, don't you mean a submarine?
Oh, no. I was corrected, okay?
You were corrected?
Very many times. Well, not me personally, but like, you know.
I just keep calling it a submarine.
And then everybody in the comments was like, that is so stupid. It's a submersible. And I was like, hey, bro, like, relax. I'm sorry.
Tomato.
So apparently submarines can't go down that deep. But okay, so synopsis for those of you guys that have been under a rock, and even if you have, it would have reached you because this thing all over the news, every single headline, countdown.
Everything.
We had like the entire world looking at this case. So unfortunately, there was 5 souls that were lost recently, and we are going to be talking about 5 individuals that decided to go on an exploration of the Titanic in person. So I wasn't aware that there were tours like this, but there are.
Yeah, this is how I found out about it.
Exponentially rich in order to do it.
Yeah, because it costs $250,000 per ticket.
That's
per
an
person
insane
to
amount
go down
of money.
There. So people were like, I saw some people making like jokes about it, memes. Then there was people like on Twitter that were like trying to be on their high horse. They're like, you shouldn't be laughing. This could be your family. I'm like, this could literally never be my family. Like, what are you talking about? Now, if it was a prison riot, now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say is that, like, people say that our generation, like Gen Zs, like, we deal with trauma with comedy.
We're millennials, okay?
I said our generation and Gen Z. That's what I said. I'm very much aware. And you're hardly in my generation. You're barely.
What do you mean?
You're kissing my generation.
No, I'm not.
Like, barely. Very barely.
How much
very
older
barely.
than
all
you
I know is I
am?
wasn't born in the 80s. That's all I know, but we can move on. So
I was born at like 11:59 of the 80s.
No, you were the whole 80s. You were here. The whole last, okay? Easters, summers, holidays in the 80s. Don't try to lie. But, okay. So.
And St. Patrick's Day. So maybe you got a point. I miss Valentine's Day, though.
So you wouldn't have to buy me nothing.
Yeah, always trying to avoid Valentine's
Can
Day.
we stay on track? Oh my God, this has to be like the worst podcast for you to be hearing right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, at least you're not coming to us for news because we're not here to give you that shit.
But we always come back.
We're not going to break down the science, none of that shit.
Yeah, we're not going to be like, okay, because we already know. I was studying it.
Whatever.
You were studying
you saw
it.
The TikToks
we
I
was
saw,
all studying, okay? Yeah, exactly.
Like we all saw the same TikToks.
Are the same.
You know what I mean?
So, okay, bunch of rich people, including a 19-year-old kid, got on this submersible to go and explore the Titanic for Father's Day, evidently. And
which sounds like a great idea.
In theory, but like not. Yeah.
Until you realize like the submarine's made out of like Home Depot buckets and spray paint cans.
For real.
And
so let's talk about the submersible. This thing is made out of like a few different metals. Okay, what his name is? I'm so
Stockton Rush. That's
Stockton Rush.
That's the guy. Which, in my opinion, when you watch the videos of this guy, like the old interviews, where this guy's just like arrogantly bragging about like cutting corners on all the safety shit. To me, this guy's a murderer. Like. Dang. Straight up, this guy was negligent. This guy was just incompetent. This guy is a straight up murderer.
He guised it like I'm thinking outside of the box.
Yeah,
we don't do that, but I do. And so because they have their own community of like deep divers that it's kind of a small knit community. They all know each other, and when they're putting together these submersibles, they all use a specific type of metal, titanium, steel, and things that aren't going to warp in the water. water that deep with that much pressure.
That much pressure.
And so he's like, I'm the only one doing it. And it's
like,
working.
His whole thing was weird too, because he was like, if you notice on my crew, I don't have anybody over 23 on it. And I'm like, that's a problem, man.
Wow, he said that?
Yeah, he was like, I like to keep it young and fresh, because like basically just calling people his age like old farts. I don't know, man. It seems kind of weird. Like, why do you want only like 20-year-old girls
I did
on
not
your shit?
see this. What?
Yeah, he straight up.
He said that he doesn't have
unless it was fake, but yeah,
anybody older than 23.
Babe, I'm being so for real. Like, he said he didn't want anybody like in their 30s and up because they are boring, basically.
Wow.
So he didn't want anybody with experience on his crew or any part of it. And then this guy was saying that he had NASA and Boeing working on his shit, and then NASA and Boeing were like, "Don't you fucking lie on us!" Like, we didn't have nothing.
We
to
had
do with
nothing
this,
to do
with this dumb shit.
Logitech controlling ass submersible.
Like,
okay,
bitch, NASA's like, bitch, we've been to fucking Mars, bro. You think we can't figure out a way to get to fucking the Titanic?
It's the first time any of us, let's be real, any of us start even having any sort of research into oceans and submarines and submersibles. Okay, but what I did learn is that maybe a submersible should not be controlled with the Logitech controller. All right, there are other submersibles that are not controlled with that.
Pay the extra $30, get the name brand controller.
This thing is going for $30-$40 on Amazon. And they literally program the motion of this submersible on this Logitech controller, and like this thing runs off of like legit batteries.
He was like, "We got 6 just in case." What the fuck? Sorry. So just get the real controller, man. Just get a real Xbox controller.
Crazy the way that this interview went.
No, it was like, and then like the guy interviewing him. I'll link the interview in the description.
Like even when he saw the controller, he was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he just started laughing. I thought somebody
I
thought somebody did a voiceover of the interview laughing. Like the guy was just like, "Come on!"
I think he thought he was joking.
No, he's being for real.
And then you realize, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like
no, yeah, he was being for real. And then at the end of it, the guy goes, he's like, "It's virtually indestructible," and he's like, "That's virtually identically what they said about the Titanic."
Yeah.
And then he laughed. He was like, "Yep." I was like, "What?" I was like, "How can?" I just don't get how anybody, like, the only person I truly feel sorry for on that submersible was the 19-year-old who supposedly didn't want to go initially. He did it to appease his dad, who's a huge Titanic fan.
His dad was?
How the hell? Yeah, his dad was. Like, how do you become a huge, like, Titanic fan like that, bro?
There's some people that are, like, super, like obsessed
like they just
with
like the
Titanic.
movie?
I think there are different aspects. They're obsessed with, like, the people, their history, what that meant for, like, you know, the conspiracy theories behind it, or just the wreckage itself and the ocean aspect.
Yeah, which I can go with the conspiracy theory.
Like, I'm totally tinfoil hat sometimes where
like I say, like I can get on board with the conspiracy theory if it empowers or if it involves power and money. Then yes, I can absolutely get on board with it, which is why flat earth theory just doesn't make sense to me. Because I'm like, who's getting power, who's getting money here? But if you're talking about the theory of who sank the Titanic, well, that's for both money and power. So yeah, I could get on board with that for sure.
Well, okay, so there's so many layers to this, which is why
But let's go back over the timeline of how of what happened with the Titan submersible.
Okay, so Father's Day comes around.
Father's Day, yeah.
And it's about noon when they finally start their descent into the ocean. And they get down, so the Titanic is sitting at a staggering over 16,000 feet below the surface of the water. Okay, and there's a lot of pressure down there. But it takes about 2.5 hours to safely glide yourself down there. So they're going to be in there for a minute. Round trip, it's going to be, like a 6-hour thing. You know what I mean?
I think altogether it's like...
it's like 8, so you have enough time.
I think it's longer than that. It's like 12 hours or something like that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a pretty lengthy process.
I thought it was 8 or 8.5.
Well, maybe like altogether, probably something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because I was watching another video where this guy he went like a couple weeks before.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too.
And I forgot his name, but yeah,
you can actually see like them bolting it from the outside.
Yeah, so weird.
And when they bolted it, I immediately started panicking.
But they couldn't go, so that could have been him. Like,
yeah,
because there was a very trip before this last one,
and they couldn't go.
So yeah,
man.
So the weird thing about it too was when we found out about it, when everybody found out about it, was we just thought like they were lost.
Yeah. Like, they just lost signal.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that they got down there and they're, like, touring around. Because, like, this thing used to go inside the Titanic in different parts to go get closer looks at, like, the different, windows and things like that. So I was like, I think it got stuck.
Like, stuck in one of the bathrooms. I'd be like, oh, that would have been such my luck.
Straight up. Or, like, just, I was like, because it's, like, dilapidated. So I was like, I could totally see something either falling on it, pinning it, something like that. So they had like a countdown all over news stations, countdown of how much oxygen, because evidently they left with only 96 hours worth of oxygen on the vessel. So there's like huge countdowns, and this
I was following
on.
a Twitter account that was just the countdown for.
Man, there was a lot of accounts that just like they show up like overnight, not even like within minutes, and it's like completely dedicated to this new thing, right? So we have all of these countdowns, and I'm sure like most of us, I'm over here trying to get as much info. Like, this is crazy. This is literally like everyone's worst nightmare. Tell me not. Like,
both ways, because they said that, like, oh, it could have imploded, or they could just be trapped down there. I was like, well, both those sound like hell.
Absolutely terrifying. Like, that is a terrifying way to go. And I just so okay, all of us are on pins and needles. And then, evidently, like, we're hearing sounds and booms in the ocean, and there's recordings, and, like, it sounds like somebody's trying to send Morse code, or somebody from the Navy. And one of the guys on there, he was in the Navy, so he would know, how to get this code across. And that's what it seems like. It seems like cries for help, and everybody's trying to decode it. And, like, all hands on deck, no pun intended. And so,
wow.
So sorry.
It was a lot better than what I was going to say.
Now I have to hear it.
I was going to say.
What?
I was going to say today we're going to do a deep dive.
No.
Prepare to have your mind blown.
I know. Okay, so don't get mad at us. Like, I seriously think that our generations, we deal with trauma with comedy. Like, it's not okay.
I'm sorry. But like, if I were if it was me in there, I would fully expect the jokes as well. Like,
yeah, I feel like I would too.
You know what I mean?
Totally
like, there's some things
it.
like there's not all deaths are tragic. You know what I mean? Like, if you've seen my clip on Instagram, you know how I feel about bungee jumping deaths. It's not sad. Not all deaths are sad. Okay. Like, this could have been avoided. It was totally avoidable death.
It is avoidable, yes.
Nobody had to go to the Titanic. There's a movie, okay? James Cameron did it. The guy who made Titanic, the movie, he was able to go in 1995 to go see the Titanic, and he did it with an Atari controller. So, to me, I feel like the Stockton Rush guy is a fucking idiot.
He was bold.
No, he's an idiot. Let me tell you something. If it was in construction, if he did what he did and he lived, he would go to prison for life.
Yeah.
Like, that is the level of negligence. So, like, really, like, I feel bad for the other people because they trusted this guy. They trusted their lives with this guy. I feel bad for those people. Mm-hmm. Like, they didn't deserve to die. That guy, Stockton Rush, he knew what he was doing. He knew he was being negligent. He did it deliberately, and it cost 5 people their lives, including him. So when I'm making jokes about it, I'm making jokes about, number one, like, just that guy pretty much and what he did. But
I mean, here.
So if you want to get mad at me,
everybody was waiting, just waiting on pins and needles, because after all this comes out and there's a whole timeline and sounds and everything, it turns out that, you know what? Hey, we knew about what happened the first day. We knew that it imploded within the first. They were, what was it? 300 and. It
was like 35. I don't know. I don't remember if it was 3,500 feet or meters down, but it wasn't all the way down yet.
No, it's 3,500 feet.
And they lost. And they lost the communication. And they lost the transponder. Yeah, the tracker.
Yeah.
And I was watching James Cameron do an interview, and people were wondering. They're like, "Why hasn't James Cameron said anything?" And then when he did finally say something, he was like, as soon as I knew that they lost the transponder, because he's like,
he knew the whole time.
He's in that community.
He knew the whole time.
And so he was like, I knew right away that it imploded.
And like, everybody was waiting on pins and needles because he's like, for real, like the godfather of deep diving and exploration.
That guy's crazy.
He has been to the Titanic so many times, like over 30 times.
I was gonna say, what is it, like 30 times?
Yeah, and he spent more time with the Titanic than the captain of the Titanic.
Yeah.
He did the math.
Yep.
And then the day of 9/11 back
Yeah.
in 2001, you know where he was at when that happened?
Yeah.
Eating lunch on the Titanic.
On the deck.
He was on the deck in his submersible.
Like how much
eating
cooler?
lunch with his friend on a Titanic. And so he comes up and they're like, everybody is just up in arms. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like, dude, there's like so much mayhem right now.
Which, like, what an asshole, by the way, like to have, because everybody always asks, like, do you remember where you were on 9/11? And you're like, this guy's going to come with us eating lunch on the Titanic. Man, fuck you.
You mean you were watching the Titanic?
No, on the deck. Man, go to hell. Like, you're on the Titanic,
on
like
the Titanic.
4 years after you made Titanic.
That's crazy.
You had no reason to go back on the Titanic.
Nah, he just like doing it.
But nah, he's like a badass. Like,
he's such a badass.
Deep sea diver, explorer guy. He's been to like the Mariana Trench. He's been to I saw this other story. I don't know if it's true, but they had on Avatar, on the first one, they have like archery.
Yeah.
And they had an Olympic archer expert on the set of the movie, and he told James Cameron supposedly that this style of archery is not possible. And then James Cameron went up, grabbed that bow and arrow, did it, and hit the mark. Like, just give it back to him. And I was like,
what?
Who the fuck is this guy?
No, he's crazy. Like, he's, produced so many films. And there's one called, I believe it's called The Deep. And it was made a long, long time ago. But they had this huge, feet and feet and feet, huge arena-style pool, essentially, to do this filming. And it was so deep, in fact, that they needed scuba gear. And they needed, they're like angel scuba divers for you, like when you're acting down there, and they'll be there if anything goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
So they usually would have like switch out of tanks, and instead of doing that, he would be like, hey, put a timer on, and then I'm gonna go back up and I'll switch out my tank. I don't feel like doing the switcheroo every whatever. So he went down there and something went wrong, and he was running out of breath, right? And so one of the angel divers is like supposed to help him and sticks this respirator in his mouth, and so he goes to take an inhale. It's not working, and he damn near dies. So he has to like come up, and you're not supposed to come up that fast, obviously, because your lungs can explode. Yeah. But he did it anyway. And as soon as he got up to the fucking surface, he fired everybody. And he just fired them. And then after that, he was like, now let's get back to work. And his ass went right back down there. He was like, if I can't rely on you to do your fucking job, then you're going to go. So, like, he did this interview, and he did not hold back. Firstly, he was like, I just didn't feel right commenting on it, but I got emails, and I got, like, everybody knew what happened, okay, the first day that it happened. Then he knew that they heard the sound of the implosion happening the minute that they lost the signal for the tracking system, apparently.
Yeah, when you lose both, he's like, ooh.
He was like, they're done. Like, there's no hope at that point. And then he started talking about the way that his opinion of the way that this vessel was put together. And he said, I completely thought that it was crazy. It did not meet the standards that it needed to meet. It was not certified.
No, yeah.
Every single one of his, and by the way, he's made multiple of these vessels himself. So he was real big on that, where like every single time you go down into the depths, this thing is taking on thousands of pounds of pressure, and you keep going, it's going to break over time, especially when you mix metals like that. He was like, you will not get that with like titanium and steel. It's different. So he did not hold back. He was like, he said, I wish that I would have spoken up more about it, but.
Well, he said that they asked him to like do all that stuff, and
they asked him on a tour.
No, James Cameron. No, James Cameron said that he told that community, him and like that community were pleading with him before then to not do this and to get certified and do all that. And so like they did tell this guy like,
oh, they told Stockton Rush.
Yeah, that guy. They were like, hey.
He said that Stockton Rush got a hold of him and was like, hey, do you want to go on a tour?
Yeah. And
Stockton Rush was like, nah, thanks. And so because in his mind, he was like, this was poorly put together.
Yeah.
But he didn't get involved and meddle in the business, because he was like, I just felt like there were smarter people than me. But honestly, it just wasn't his business. He was just like, man, I have my own, submersibles to build, and I have my own thing going on. I just it wasn't my business, and just it was a sad tragedy. But he really handled it eloquently, but it blew my mind that they knew, and it's crazy how the media works that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of us, like the public, pins and needles for 72 hours.
There's definitely a reason why they did that, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure people have their theories and their ideas, but yeah, that's weird. There's definitely a reason why they did that.
Headlines everywhere. Like there was nothing else all over the news.
It was like TikTok. A countdown.
I mean, every feed. Yeah.
Which was weird. Like that was like, I think what captivated so many people is the fact that there was like this nationwide countdown of people dying.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a crazy concept when you think about it, but like we were all just pretty much counting down like these people eventually dying. Like it felt like that was the outcome no matter what. And I think that's
a crazy concept actually, because throughout history it's been shown that the masses, there's a really big like
usually you hear about the deaths like afterwards.
I know, but like back in history when you had like public unalivings that were scheduled, there was the masses. I mean, it's like something that like will draw people in over a history of time. It's been proven, and it's crazy. It's so crazy, but it's also sad. This situation is sad for those 5 people, and like you said, it was avoidable, but it's still a tragedy, and it's very, very sad. And also, speaking of sad, there's just been some crazy things going on in the ocean, and so.
I think the hardest part is the fact that it was so avoidable in the sense that even if they went down, which is their right, if this guy would have just did his job and did right by these people, like it could be a totally different story. So I think in a sense it's like almost kind of like just, I don't know, just another example of a human being arrogant, thinking they're above the laws of physics.
It's crazy that both of these people passed because they didn't listen to the warning signs of the captain of the Titanic as well as the captain of the Titan. So I hope that their families are doing okay, and their friends and their community and everything. And this is gonna go down in history, and I mean they will forever be in association with the legendary Titanic, which I think that especially for him, I think that's probably, he was already obsessed with the Titanic anyway. So I mean, everybody there was, except for that 19-year-old kid, man.
I feel
he was not obsessed. There ain't no way.
His mom's got to be.
Oh my God, in shambles, right? Just oh my gosh.
Like that is.
My heart just goes out to her. I can't even imagine. Speaking of my heart going out, there was also some other crazy stuff going on in the ocean recently. There was a boat full of almost 800. It was over 750 refugees, and they capsized in Greek waters. This was not really on the news. There wasn't a whole lot of media around it, but it did happen, and there's a lot of speculation why and what's going on behind that. But at the end of the day, they've only been able to save about a little over 100 survivors, and they have had to fish out about 82 to 83 deceased, and the rest of them are missing. So there was a lot of lives lost, and it was very sad because this boat was filled to the brim, and so there were absolutely no women and children survivors because they were being held in the bottom portion of the boat, just in case of weather and for like safekeeping until they got to their destination point. So when the boat started capsizing, there was nobody there to save all the women and children. So there's like a high chance that they're all gone, and the only survivors were men, and the rest of it's just it's very sad, and it's such a ton of people that I was just so shocked that there was no reports on it hardly, and it was very hard to find information about it. There's a lot of conflicting information, a lot of pointing of fingers, and like there's so much anger and hostility around it. But like it is such a huge mass of people. I mean, you think about it, and the Titanic lost about 1,500 people, and this was over 500. So my thoughts and prayers go out to those families. They were trying to find some safe haven over, in Greece. So just, really thank God for your place on the earth, because from one moment to the next, and it's just and I was just talking about this, how it just seems like the ocean's pissed. You got like these orcas that are banding together and flipping over boats. Have you heard about this?
I have, yeah.
It's been like 3 of them so far.
Yeah.
And like shark attacks, and it just seems like the ocean is very irritated. Does it seem? I've been saying this for weeks now.
Yeah, you just gotta stay out the ocean. Just
don't go into the depths. I know.
Don't go into the ocean. Just maybe just just don't go past your knees. That's my.
I think even that at this point,
motto.
I'm thinking like,
I know, crab might cut my toe off or some dumb shit.
Oh man, I just really didn't give it as much thought. Getting into the ocean as far as like the dangers.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to chill, but when you really think about it,
you're talking about deep ocean. Fuck that. Or like out in the middle of. That's why it's crazy when you think about like the Polynesians and what they did. Like. When they did it, you're like, man, that's some crazy shit.
That's crazy shit, because the ocean is just so unforgiving.
Yeah.
And like it's
that's all they had. They just had wood boats with like sails, no Logitech controllers. Like, how do they do it? Can you imagine going across the Pacific, like the biggest ocean?
Hell no. No.
I don't know, man. That shit is crazy to me.
That's why I don't have no Polynesian ancestry, because my ancestors was like, nope, absolutely not.
I always say like the quickest way for me to die would be drowning, because I can't hold my breath for shit.
You can't. You got baby lungs.
I would die in like 4 seconds.
I don't know. Over time, I've just gotten more and more fear of water.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're talking about the ocean or like a lake, even a lake. I mean, it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, just because. You just never know, man. The lake's scary, so you can fall in the water. Somebody can hit you with a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is some fucked up shit.
Yeah, like drunk people around there.
I remember one time I was when we were in Wyoming. This is like when I was like younger, like a teenager, like a kid. We were on this beach, and this guy just zooms off with his jet ski, loses control of his jet ski, and just goes right on the beach, just nails this lady, just head on, boom.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they had to like flight for life, because there's no way to get a car over there.
Yeah.
So the only way you could get to that beach is by boat. So they had to like get flight for life over there to get her out. I think she ended up being okay. I think.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so I mean, just.
That's why your dad's always like, have the kids in front of our boat. Just have them just right here in front of the boat. Like,
hell yeah.
Because if you go off to the side and there's like an open space for another boat to park, they can come up onto the beach.
Yeah, and this guy just didn't know how to drive a jet ski, and he just.
That is so scary. That is so scary.
I think he was trying to show off. He was like trying to be cool, because some people will go by and they'll like try to spray the beach with.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
But this guy just went.
Like, we're not in Miami, sir. We're in Wyoming. Settle down.
Relax,
Settle down.
bro.
Okay. How do you feel about cruises now? How do you guys feel about cruises?
Because we're supposed to go on a cruise.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm giving it a lot of thought. You're just not thinking of this?
No, I did think about it, but I was like, man, we're not getting no refunds.
Let me see if I can work my magic. I don't know.
Shit, man. Is there like a clause in there for like in case like a submersible?
I'm sure that they're probably getting call after call. Like, never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna
like
rethink this, man. I really don't need to be on this boat.
We planned it way in advance. We felt like it would be like an easier way to have the kids experience something cool, but still be like in our confines. You know what I mean? Where it's not this huge resort, because it can be a little hard to keep track of them with so many. I don't know, but
as long as they don't overbook it, I think it should be fine.
But how do you feel about? I don't know how to feel about being on a cruise, but
I think it'll be fine,
babe.
Because we're not going out into like the deep.
I feel like every person that was just involved in these stories said, "I think it'll be fine."
Okay, no, not everybody. Even that one guy was like, sign this waiver.
Oh yeah, they had to sign, what I mean? Like, sign all the waivers.
There's a chance this might not be fine. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think a cruise would be too bad. Not like a transatlantic cruise or anything. Like the Titanic was.
Yeah, no, the Titanic.
The Titanic. I think it should be fine. I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll discuss.
At least it'll be warm water.
Can you guys let us know? Maybe we can have them vote. And
should we go on this cruise or not?
We'll put our future into y'all's hands.
Yeah, 10,000 likes. We'll go on a cruise.
Yeah. And whatever happens, then I'm like, just blame the subscribers.
Yeah.
They told us to do it.
My family's life is in your hands.
Man, I don't know. We got to think about it. But
I love the ocean, though, which is sad. I remember the first time I saw the ocean. I was like 13. And I was like, this is amazing. Because I used to watch Rocket Power when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And, they would like surf and shit on there. Yeah. And it looked so fun.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get to surf, but I did like the little bodyboard or whatever it is. Yeah. Little not wakeboard. You know what I'm talking about? You lay on your stomach.
Oh, is it like a big canoe thing? Like a kayak thing?
No, it's like a small one. It's like...
Oh, like a boogie board?
Boogie board. Yeah.
Ow! No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
A boogie board.
Yeah, so I got to do that, so that was really fun.
That's cool.
And that was in... Was that Virginia? Virginia Beach?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because my aunt lived in D.C., so we went to go visit her. And then she was like, let's go to Virginia. So we went to the Virginia Beach.
David would be on like the beaches of like Virginia Beach, North Carolina beaches.
North Carolina beach is fun.
Beautiful beaches.
Outer Banks. Outer Banks is fun. Is that the same Outer Banks from the show? Is that where the show takes place? I never watched
it. So I don't know.
Because it doesn't look anything like Outer Banks in North Carolina. Again, my aunt, she owned a beach house down there.
My God.
Yeah. She owned a beach house.
I can't wait to tell her and be like, David always be bragging. My family. I'm like, what about you? Huh? What about you? Where's my beach house?
That's why I tell my cousin all the time, like, man, you're lucky you moved. You're lucky you didn't grow up with us.
Whatever.
She's lucky she didn't grow up with us.
Anyways.
She had a whole different life.
Well, we're thinking about, we're going to try to twist this into something. The good news is we're out of thunderstorms. We had a few little tornadoes touch down over here near Green Valley Ranch. That was
a lot better.
Crazy. Yeah, well, we have actual sunshine for the first time in like, it felt like 2 years.
I've been enjoying it.
Finally, the kids are able to get some sun, and also we may be going over to Wyoming here soon now that we're talking about it, to go and experience the lake and introduce it to our kids for the first time. They're finally at that age. I just was not like trying to take our infants or little bitty 2-year-old to the lake. Like it's just
changing diapers.
Please. Some people can do it. I'm not about that life.
It's like semi-camping.
Yeah, it is semi-camping. It's glamping.
It's glamping. I mean, you got a little bit of running water, but it's not like here. So you got diapers. Imagine trying to change diapers up there. Sand everywhere and shit.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
So yeah, it's just.
So the kids are going to be on a boat for the first time here really soon. And
I think
we got to get life jackets and wish us luck.
I'm not worried about Ezra. Ezra would be the one to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, but Ezra will only stay in the shallow near your dock. He won't go into the lake.
He'll read like the Game and Fish rules and laws and be like, all right. On the way up there, he's like, I could just
see him, David, already in my mind's eye, sitting with your dad with sunglasses on, steering the boat, and looking around and telling people what to do with your dad.
Yelling at another boat, slow down.
Yeah, yeah, just like following your dad's every move, because like his dad be like yelling at people and being like, slow down, like it's no wake, it's no fucking wake.
Trying to fight people on a boat. I'm like, how are you gonna get there?
No, I've literally seen his dad stand on the edge of his boat and be like, come on, what you gonna do? We could go to the marina.
Oh, you gonna swim over there?
I was like,
Too big.
Dave, please. We're just trying to chill.
Too big. You jump in there, you're gonna sink like a rock. You're like 98% muscle.
But we've had some good stories, some good little times out there in the cabin. We used to go all the time when we were younger.
You know that I can remember.
Oh my gosh. And like Julian would just go off with like his auntie but they're only like 4 years apart. Yeah. So they would just like go off with the kids and we would just be out there on the boat and stuff. So should be fun. We haven't gone since before the pandemic. So it's been a while.
I think before Ezra was even born.
Was it before our wedding?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even before our wedding, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I probably won't even recognize that place now.
No, I can't wait for the tours.
Oh, God. Here's the bathroom. Here's the kitchen. Here's outside.
And like his parents, they have like this out, like it's like a building that's separate from their cabin, and they made it into a room and then a loft.
It's like a huge shed.
But this loft is hella off the floor. Okay, it's hella. Yeah. And they were like, "Yeah, you guys could stay in there," and I was like thinking to myself, like, But it has a bed. If we stayed in there though, I would sleep in the loft with the kids.
Why?
As a barrier, because they will roll off of that.
Put them on the bottom with us. It's big enough. That thing's like 10 feet wide.
You're trying to sleep in the same bed with Ezra and Mila.
Well, Ezra's not a problem. Mila's the problem.
Ezra's not the problem.
Mila might have to sleep.
Mila will have to sleep downstairs with you, and then I'll sleep in the loft with Ezra.
Mila's gonna have to sleep in a wide open field.
She would be in that area where they have all the dogs.
Mila moves around so much. Yeah, she's gonna have to be in a kennel. She's gonna have to be caged in.
They have like this big like cage thing for all
like
the
dog
dogs.
run or
yeah,
whatever?
because it's like a dog run. So that because like you're out in the middle of nowhere and your dog would just like fucking take off and
if
there's like coyotes and shit.
Plus Mila like loves dogs. Yeah. Like if one of our kids was to be raised by wolves, I think Mila would definitely be the one.
Mila would sign up.
That would she would do it willingly for sure.
Yeah.
She's like
bye mommy, bye daddy.
Yeah, like, she would walk away with, like riding one.
Yeah.
Like a horse.
This is my best friend.
She's not afraid
of her life.
I seen this girl try to kiss a freaking pit bull in the lips.
Yeah, but let a fly come by and good luck with her and those horse flies that actually bite over there.
Oh, God. Ooh. Yeah, you should be scared of those. Fuck, she's going to be afraid of every fly forever now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to think about it. So we got to pack up. That's going to be like a whole thing because like this is like a lot of first experiences. We've had Julian, but he was older when we were taking him to the cabin all the time. He was like 6, 7, and 8. He was
potty trained mostly.
Yeah, and like we had his clothes, they had some of his clothes, and like sometimes like they would pick him up and take him on the way or whatever. This is all us, so I gotta remember like make sure everything because it's quite a drive. Over there. Yeah. But I'll be near Jeffree Star, so I'll let you guys know if I see him.
I'm going to be near Jeffree Star.
He lives over there.
Where?
I don't know exactly where, but he lives in Wyoming.
Is it by where Kanye lives?
I don't know. I don't think they put out their address and be like, this is where my ranch is,
Well, you know what city?
I don't know what city.
And like, I don't know. Like, when Kanye West stuff was happening, I was like, did people forget this guy lived in Wyoming? Are you really surprised?
But you would never live in Wyoming?
Hell no.
That's crazy because like half of his family would live in Wyoming.
I tell them they're crazy all the time.
I think they're like trying to retire to go to Wyoming.
Ugh.
Like, babe.
No offense to Wyoming.
What she say?
It's beautiful. Wyoming's beautiful. It is way too cold. I would never live in Wyoming. Like depressingly cold. It's like and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like outside of like the nature, there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there. Like when I had to work in Casper, like we're like, let's go to the mall. So we go, and it's basically a Best Buy attached to a pet store. That was pretty much the mall in Casper.
Well, why were you trying to go to the mall anyway?
What else were we gonna do?
I don't know. Mind your business.
We're gonna go to a concert.
Oh, I'd have been pissed.
Going to a concert?
Yeah.
Where? At what venue?
I don't know. I'm saying, why are you trying to go anywhere anyway?
I was getting per diem and had money to spend.
I thought that David was cheating for a while whenever he worked out in Wyoming. I did.
Why?
Because all of it, like you just, for the first time in our entire relationship,
like 12 hours a day, by the way.
He was only talking to me for 15 minutes a day. And when I'm not exaggerating with you. 15 minutes, 30 if I was lucky. And that was him doing me a favor, okay? Mm-hmm. So I got in my fucking car one weekend and I drove my ass over there. You think I'm lying? You think I'm lying? And I went to his fucking hotel and I checked it out, made sure there was no signs.
You sound
asking
so crazy
his
right
friends. Now. We went out to what was it? The freaking
I don't know, like Chicago or something.
It was like TGI Fridays or something like that.
One of the nicest restaurants in
Applebee's
Casper,
or something. Yeah, I got to know his friends. I was
Applebee's
like, has he seemed lonely?
Premier Steakhouse.
Don't lie to me.
In Casper. You sound crazy right now.
Do I?
Yes,
do I sound crazy?
Sound crazy.
Okay, because you just said that there was nothing to do out there. And you know what men do when they don't have anything to do? Act stupid.
Who the fuck goes to Casper, Wyoming to cheat?
You would be surprised.
Like, I'm going to leave, like, you go to Denver.
I'm crazy.
I'm going to leave Denver to go to Casper, Wyoming. So many more options.
15 minutes a day.
Okay. Yes, that is true. But I was working like crazy amount of hours a day. And I was working out in the middle of nowhere. So where I worked, you get no cell service. And it's like a dirt road all the way. Like you go to like the middle of nowhere and then you go like another hour. And then like that's where I was working. I was working on this pipeline. And it was like in the middle of nowhere in Casper, freezing. So you don't get no service. You don't get service until you get an hour back into like away from your job site. And that was when you get service. So I'd have to text her from there. But I was like, sorry, babe, I can't talk right now because I got to order my pizza to make sure that it's there by the time I get home to the
get your last day. Whose apartment were you at?
Shut up. This is a hotel.
Oh.
You went to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to like order Pizza Hut every day on my way back so that it could be there by the time I got, because we didn't have no kitchen. There's nowhere to get food. Like you couldn't eat. By the time you get home, it's like already like 8. So by the time you shower, eat, it's already like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Then you got to wake up early as hell to do it all again the next day. 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you being mad. You're like, what the fuck? I was like, what do you want me to do?
I went from like just having a normal.
She was like, well, you need to get your ass out there, get your tools, build a cell tower. No excuse.
No. And then if you think that our responsibilities with Julian just went away while he was out there for 2 months, absolutely not. So then I would have Julian and I'm over there going to pick him up. I'd be calling David, hey, Julian's here. And he's like on the phone with Julian for like 2 minutes. And I'd be like, oh, for real? Now you want to talk to our kid now?
I couldn't. I was like, I don't got the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was a hard moment.
Yeah, that was the most miserable. And like the wind, it was like dead winter. And by the way, the Broncos had just lost to the Ravens, the most heartbreaking fashion. And the next day I had to go. So I was just like already depressed.
Pissed.
I was already depressed.
So pissed.
And then the wind is like, no lie, like 50 miles an hour, 24/7. Like it does not stop. It's so unrelenting. So what would be your advice to women whose boyfriends or husbands are working in remote areas where they cannot be reached at all hours of the day?
Try your best to keep it together, but when all else fails, jump in your car and go over there. What? Babe, I want to send you a care package. What hotel are you at? Okay, I'm going to send you all your favorite snacks because I know that shit's just like weirdly priced out there. That's what he told me. And like things are miles and miles away. And I just really want you to have your Oreos, baby. And write that shit down, bitch. And get your ass in the car and go get his snacks.
Yeah. What hotel are you in? I'm in Casper, Wyoming. There's one hotel. The hotel. I'm at the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then just show up. That's what I would say. If you have any questions, only you can answer them.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Go to the middle of nowhere. It's fun. Yeah. You left, though. You didn't stay very long. You're like, this place sucks.
I stayed for like
out.
a day and a half. I was like, all right, I see what's going on. Okay. You want to talk about how you were beefing with your hotel neighbor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Y'all think I'm petty?
That guy was so annoying. Mila.
You guys were parents. We're trying to do this.
What do you guys want, man?
Right, with that, we gotta sign off.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Our babysitter fluked on us today.
They said. They're cutting us off.
Yep. All right. Well, we love y'all so much, and we really appreciate you guys starting off your week right on the HISxHERS podcast. We love y'all, and we will see you guys to start your week off right next week.